Animals are suffering. The rate of extinction is rising, and we are undoubtedly the cause for it. Are we able to bring those animals back? Will the world survive extinctions like it always has? Should we choose only certain species to bring back? This is what we will find out. Animals all over the world are hunted and killed every day. It is said on estimate over 100 million animals are hunted and killed every year in the US. As you can see, places like this hunting ground, thousands of animals are killed here every day. We hunt animals so often, sometimes we even hunt animals into extinction, like the dodo bird. It was hunted over and over for its feathers until it went extinct. Pollution, the killer of the planet. Pollution is another main cause of extinction. In 2018, it is estimated 76 million tons of pollution was released into the atmosphere from factories like the ones you see. Factories have destroyed many animal environments and have caused the earth to warm. There are other types of ways to cause pollution. One major way is building cities and leaving them to ruin and waste. As you can see, this downtown city of Cleburne, Texas, it was once a nice clean-up city, but now as you can see, people stopped taking care of it and it shows. Most of the buildings have been abandoned by now, and all that is left is just run-down buildings that took away from the environment. This does more damage to the environment than you'd think. Pollution may have done extreme damage to our air, but it also has damaged the ocean even more. It is estimated that around 8 million metric tons of plastic enters our oceans every year. That's 25 times more than the weight of the Empire State Building. Our oceans need help. The Earth has taken a blow. We are undoubtedly the cause for it. We dump plastics into our ocean, we pump gases into the atmosphere, we hunt animals to extinction, we destroy environments. Now the question must be asked, can we bring those animals back?
Many people asked the same question, which is, can we bring back extinct animals? The answer is yes, we can. But how can we bring them back? So first, we need DNA, which we can extract from the animal's tissue from its remains. But just because we can doesn't mean we should.
My claim is about bringing animals, like extinct animals, back. And well, here are the questions that I have for you. So, if we can bring them back, how do you think the animals will affect the ecosystem?
Well, they certainly would have an impact. And hang on just a second. So yes, it is going to affect the ecosystem. Of course, it depends on which organisms you are talking about. Hang on, this is my wife. Hi, I'm being interviewed right now. Can I call you in a bit? Okay, bye. Thank you. All right, and so that, on that question, the impact on the ecosystems of bringing back an organism, it would depend. If you brought back T-Rex, that might have a lot more impact than bringing back passenger pigeons.
So yes, some of the extinct animals will help in the ecosystem, but if we do bring back animals from extinction, should we bring only certain species back? But only the ones that will help in the ecosystem? Or go crazy and bring all of them? Scientists want to bring all of them back as much as we can, but people don't really want that. But if we do bring them back, where will we put them?
Well, the second question is, if we are able to bring them back, should we release them into the wild or keep them in a sanctuary?
If it's T-Rex you're bringing back, you better keep them in a sanctuary.
Yeah.
I think, for example, passenger pigeons, again, I hate to keep talking about them, but that's one that's in our lifetime and we are in our sphere and we can relate to. I don't think they would have a major impact. Releasing them in the wild would be safe. If you bring something from a totally foreign ecosystem or some ecosystem in the past that no longer exists, then you might have serious problems.
Alright.
So we can bring extinct animals back, but like he said, if we bring an animal back that lived in a environment that no longer exists, then it would not thrive, it would not survive, because it doesn't have the things that it needs in order to live and survive in this world that we have right now.
Okay, and my last question is, do you think God will allow us to resurrect extinct species?
I don't see any reason why that would be a big thing with God. I mean, they went extinct because of either circumstances or man's activities on the environment. And I think bringing them back probably would be a good thing if we could do it and not mess around with them in the process, which we probably can't do because we're man.
Yeah. Alright, thank you. Well,
So we can bring animals back and help the ecosystem, but also we can redo our actions that we did a long time ago. Because people think that these animals went extinct for a reason, but they didn't go extinct for a reason. We made them go extinct. We are the cause of it, and now we have to suffer because of it. But now it's different. We can bring them back, and we can give these animals a second chance in life because they deserve it. And that's why I think we should bring these extinct animals back.
Imagine if we did clone the mammoth. Now we are left with the question, why? The Earth survived and thrived even after their extinction and after the Great Flood in Genesis. So wouldn't that suggest that the world could survive more extinctions? Nature's balance will continue as it always has, according to God's plan.
My first question is, since extinction has always been happening, is there any reason to panic about it?
Well, I think the answer to that's pretty obvious, that you don't want things to go extinct unless they're mosquitoes. But even mosquitoes, if they went extinct, there would be a loss to the organisms that feed on mosquitoes, and that could be devastating. So I think probably things are balanced out as an ecosystem, and if you change the balance, it's going to change the ecosystem.
If a species were to go extinct, it would only be part of God's great plan. But hasn't extinction always been happening? Wouldn't it be better, instead of trying to resurrect numerous species, to let the species go? Not in a way that would suggest that we are careless, but rather in a way that suggests we realize a simple fact. Extinction has always been happening. Since the beginning of the world, animals have always been going extinct. So couldn't you beg the question that extinction is necessary? God used it as a tool to destroy the animals during the flood, the animals that man had created. It is not necessary, but it is inevitable. Extinction has always been happening. Think of the little pet goldfish of today. They are a happy pet that has brought joy to many of the children and fish keepers of our time. But where did they come from? One root species. Goldfish were not the same fish that they were during the flood. That ancient fish had to evolve and adapt to new conditions, and that ancient species is no longer. And out of the situation came the wonderful little goldfish. Now consider an ancient species of elephant. If that species hadn't have gone extinct, then perhaps we wouldn't have the elephant of today. So instead of panicking when a species goes extinct or is critically endangered, remember that something good will come out of the situation because it happened according to God's plan.
Yes, my friend Marvin is correct. The world will indeed survive the effects of extinction, but there does need to be a limit. We can't expect to just bring all the animals back and have a perfect world. I want you to try to think of an animal that went extinct a long time ago from predators. There's a lot that came to mind, right? Well, did the dodo bird come to mind? You want to know the real predator? The real reason why it went extinct? Humans. Humans hunted them down simply because they were easy to hunt and were tasty, and, as mentioned earlier, their feathers. And this affected the ecosystem severely. The death of the dodo caused trees to stop sprouting. The only way these trees could grow was from having the tree's fruit seeds go through the dodo's digestive tract. By killing off the dodos, they started destroying the ecosystem. Let's just imagine for a moment that all animals could live in harmony. Everything would be fine, right? Every animal could have its own shelter, space, food source, and weight. Their own food source? What about the predators? This is where it all goes downhill. The saber-toothed tiger is one of the most proficient, effective hunters. It alone killed off so many deers, bisons, sloths, and more. That may not sound terrible, but it was. Bisons and deer feces helped crops and plant life as a whole grow strong and lasting. Once a good amount of all of them were killed off, a lot of plant life died and was lost forever. That was only one kind of animal. Imagine if we had brought back everything we could. All the prey would be eaten and predators would run out of food. Then the predators would end up killing each other or starve. On top of that, people are trashing the environment, making it even harder to survive in the wild, as mentioned earlier. All of this is terrible for our planet.
We should preserve these animals and their environment in case they do come back. They will have an environment to survive and thrive in. We should be concerned with the future of the rest of the species inhabiting this planet, as we are not the only creatures here. The actions we take affect everyone and everything that we need to survive. Just take care of your planet, which is our planet. And if you want to help us, here's how.
Hey everybody that's still watching. There's this group of people that go to the ocean and pick up trash that's harmful towards animals. That group is called Ocean Conservancy, and to get to their site, just type in Take Action Ocean Conservancy. Then you'll just click this link right here, and it'll take you to their site. Now you could enter in your stuff here, but to make it easier, just scroll up and go to that first little button. From there, all you have to do is press donate. Then you can choose whether you want to donate monthly or just once. And it doesn't have to be a lot. It could be as little as $5. Then you just put in your information, confirm you're not a robot, and donate.